Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. We have two topics to discuss, neither one more fun than the last. We can start by talking about the Detroit Pistons' 21-point lead that they had against the Boston Celtics, only to blow it and lose in overtime. Or we could talk about the big rumor going out of Miles Bridges going to the Pistons. Oh, what? It can't even be Mikal? We might as well set his damn get Kevin Porter. We get OJ, Simpson, and Mayo. We need shooters. Maybe we'll get Adam Sandler for the longest yard. I don't know, man. We're just... Okay, we'll talk about that second. That one's I gotta marinate on that for a little bit, okay? Let's talk about the Celtics-Pistons game. A lot of you guys were there. We had 45,000 viewers total throughout the stream. Subscribe if you're new to the channel so you don't miss any stream notifications. We did a little watch party, man, and I was feeling really good in that first half. Like, my Pistons were playing some good, decent basketball. Like, Jason Tatum, honestly, was being Father of the Year. You know, he was showing Deuce that, you know, it's okay to be number one seed, but still play like trash and maybe help out the opponent sometimes, you know, the needy when they need it, man. Tatum was 11 for 31. He had some turnovers, but it turns out that there was one that was feeling a little bit more giving, and he was on the Pistons, and his name is Alec Burks, and he was doing his Oprah impression. You get a brick, you get a brick, you get a brick, we all get bricks! Alec Burks, you never shoot the damn basketball again, bro. You're shooting 4 for 12. Why are you shooting 12 three-point shots? You are not Klay Thompson. You're not Hollis Thompson. 76er fans remember. I think he was part of that record season. Cade played some really solid basketball, man. He's still got to get them turnovers down a little bit. But Cade played a really solid game. Jaden Ivey played a really solid game until he fouled out. It was a really good game. That's the thing. It's like like losing or blowing a 21-point lead is not fun. But at this point, none of this has been fun. So, I mean, for like a half, I got to watch some really good basketball, and that was kind of cool. I'm not used to that. It's been 2-3 months I've not gotten to watch good basketball, and I got to do that for a little bit, man. But ultimately speaking, you know, the Celtics, they closed out 128-122, and my Pistons took the L. We move on to the next game against the Toronto Raptors. I really thought we were going to win this game. I really did. It wasn't meant to be, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm never going to feel safe and secure for the rest of the season during any basketball game. Like, we were up by 21, man. I was feeling crispy. You guys should have saw me on the stream. Man, I was so happy. People in the chat, they were just so happy to see it. And then L's. But I don't really got too much more to say about that. We just move on to the next one, I guess. Bojan 8 for 21. 1 for 7 from 3? Bro, if you're not making... I mean, he had 12 rebounds. I'll give him that. Oh, Isaiah Livers, negative 13 plus minus. Killian Hayes, negative 10. He only played 10 minutes. He's coming off an injury, though. Let's talk about the stupid trades. Okay, man, so Shams, who is pretty much the new Woj. I don't know, like, Woj has kind of fallen off. I feel like Woj got too Hollywood. Shams went on the record to say that there's 4 players that the Pistons are going to really heavily pursue. You know, 2 of them I like quite a bit. I wouldn't be upset about. And then the other 2 I'm like, well, we don't really have to do that. Let's start off with the most Detroit Piston thing to do one, and that being Miles Bridges, Flint's finest. Bro, if we're playing, you know, if we're pulling players out of Flint, Michigan, can it at least be Kuzma, JaVale McGee? I'll even take damn Jackie Moon. I really don't want Miles Bridges on this team, man. Okay, he's from Michigan State. He's from Michigan and everything. But it's just this team needs to shift in a different direction, whole different tone. And I'm all for the Pistons getting like a bad boy. But when the bad involves, what Miles Bridges did, that's a different type of bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that on my team. I do not want that on my team. He's a good basketball player. Don't get me wrong. Like, Miles Bridges would be a talented guy on this squad, but I think there's other avenues to explore. We're already lacking stock. Let's not bring Miles Bridges here. Let's just not do that. We don't need to. Miles Bridges ain't going to be the difference maker between winning and losing. We might get some wins, but at what expense? You know what I'm saying, man? I still think that this whole thing is, back when I was 12 years old, bro, playing on my first basketball team in 5th grade, man. Like, I remember it was an inbound play, and I was in my head, I was praying. I was like, I will give up the next 20, 30 years of the Pistons if you let me get the steal in the basket. And guess what happens, man? I did. I got my first points. Like, somebody inbounded it, I jumped over, I stole it, and I laid it up, and my mom started dancing. And I think that's what did it. I think that's what took away the success. Okay, the next 3 players the Pistons are interested in. Tobias Harris. I like Tobias. Like, he was nice on the Pistons. He was part of the guy, the trade that we got Blake Griffin from. If we have the money to spend, it's like Tobias is fine. He's getting a little up there in age, but he does what Tobias Harris does. He give you maybe a little beacon of consistency, maybe. Depends on the night. The other 2 players are members of the Toronto Raptors. I would take either with open arms. The first being OG Anunoby. He's 6'6". I think if the Pistons were to get him, it would probably take quite a bit. That's the thing, is like asset-wise, to get any of these players, it depends if you're going via, because I think they're expiring contracts too, so that does kind of decrease their trade value a little bit. So it's a matter if you want to, trade for some assets to get them this season, or if you want to just wait till the offseason and throw a ton of money at these guys, right? But OG would be nice. His defense is great. Unfortunately, for him to be on this team, you're probably having to make a call on, like, Ivy. Because, I guess Asar could play some power forward. Asar could probably be at the 4. You could have OG at the 3, and that would work out fine. Cade at the 1, Ivy at the 2. That'd be all right. And then Derwin at the 5, obviously. And then the other guy that they're thinking about is Pascal Siakam. I would really like Pascal Siakam on this team if it was for the right price only, man. Just because, Pascal, I think it's kind of going to show he's not really a number 1 option on a championship team, but he's a great number 2 option. But I feel like at the state of what the Pistons are at, you would kind of have Cade as 1A and you would have Pascal as 1B. And I kind of think that's what the team needs right now. I feel like Pascal could really make up some of the differences on this team, some of the downfalls and the shortcomings. I feel like maybe he's somebody we can kind of go to, when we need a basket, like get the ball to Pascal. I think with his ball handling abilities, I think Cade would really play nicely off him. I think that Pascal on this team could actually probably have like a season high in assist. So yeah, I would really like him, man. But outside of that, it doesn't really need to be Miles Bridges. It doesn't need to be Miles Bridges, man. But I don't know. I don't know what to talk about anymore. It's like it's every day. It's just something new with this team, man. So I guess I do have stuff to talk about, but I never had anything positive to say. That's all we got, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching Detroit basketball.